One of your goals should be to get the very most out of yourself and your career. Research shows that it takes just as many months and years to achieve a low salary as a high salary. You should decide today to earn the very most you possibly can, and you'll learn how in this program. Your host, Brian Tracy, really knows what he's talking about. Brian is the chairman of Brian Tracy International, a consulting and training firm with operations in 17 different countries. But before starting his company, Brian traveled and worked in 80 countries at 22 different jobs. Finally, he began studying the strategies and careers of fast trackers, as he explains in this program, and changed his life. By applying the ideas you're about to learn, Brian went from frustration and underachievement to becoming Chief Operating Officer of a $265 million company. He has personally taught more than 2 million people how to supercharge their careers and their lives. Many of his graduates have gone to the top of their organizations. By applying these proven techniques and strategies, you will change the entire course of your career. Now, here's Brian Tracy.
Hello, I'm Brian Tracy. Welcome to this program. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn a series of practical, proven, simple, and effective ways to get paid more money for what you do. You'll learn how to get promoted faster to higher levels of authority and responsibility as well. These methods and techniques are used by the highest paid and most successful people in our society. When you begin to use them yourself, you'll put your entire life and career onto the fast track. You will make more progress in the next couple of years than the average person makes in 10 or 20 years of just plodding along with the crowd. One of the biggest mistakes you can ever make is to ever think that you work for anyone else but yourself. We have moved from an era of lifelong employment to an era of lifelong employability. No matter who signs your paycheck, you are your own boss, completely responsible for every part of your work and personal life. In the long run, you determine how much you get paid and everything that happens to you. You are responsible. The top 3% of Americans view themselves as self-employed, no matter where they work and no matter who signs their paycheck. This attitude of self-employment makes them more valuable to their companies, and as a result, they get paid more and promoted faster. From now on, see yourself as the president of a company with one employee, yourself. See yourself as responsible for selling one product into a competitive marketplace, your personal services. See yourself as a consultant or free agent to your existing company, determined to justify the amount they are paying you every single day. Then, begin implementing the 21 great ways that all fast trackers use to get paid more and promoted faster. Here they are. Number 1, decide exactly what you want. This is perhaps the most important step of all. Take the time to analyze your personal talents and abilities. Look deep into yourself to decide what it is that you really enjoy doing. What are the activities that interest you and hold your attention the most? In the past, what have been your peak experiences and your most enjoyable moments at work? See, you've been designed by nature to be able to do certain things and perform certain tasks extraordinarily well. You have been engineered for success from the very beginning. You have within you right now deep reservoirs of talent and ability that you have never tapped into up to now. You have the capacity to be and have and do virtually anything that you can put your mind to. But you must accept the responsibility of deciding exactly what it is you want and then dedicating yourself wholeheartedly to achieving those goals. For the rest of your life, practice zero-based thinking in everything you do. Zero-based thinking requires that you draw a line under all of your previous decisions up till now and ask yourself this question. Is there anything in my life that I am doing today that, knowing what I now know, I wouldn't get into again today if I had to do it over again? Let me repeat that. It's one of the most important questions you ever ask and answer. Is there anything in your life that you are doing that, knowing what you now know, you wouldn't get into again today if you had to do it over? The fact is that in times of turbulence and rapid change such as today, and for the rest of your life, you will always have at least one answer to that question. Apply zero-based thinking to your current job. Knowing what you now know, would you take this job again on the terms and conditions that you are now working? Would you take this job working for this particular boss? Would you go to work for this company, in this industry, at this salary, or in this position? If the answer is no, your next question is, how do I change this situation, and how fast? In deciding what you want, imagine that you could have any job at all. Imagine that all jobs and positions are open to you. Imagine that there is a job out there that you would really enjoy doing, hour after hour and day after day. One of the greatest of all success secrets is for you to decide what it is you really enjoy doing, and then for you to find a job doing that one thing or combination of things. You will almost always be paid more and promoted faster when you are doing something that makes you happy, something that fills you with joy and satisfaction. In fact, unless your work really makes you happy, you'll never be able to develop the commitment, the passion, and the dedication necessary to rise above the difficulties, challenges, and setbacks that every job or career contains. You may have to put in a lot of effort and make a lot of false starts before you find the ideal career for you. But it all starts with you sitting down and deciding what it is you really want and then getting started. Number 2, select the right industry and the right company. As you know, some industries are growing and expanding and absorbing many thousands of people. These industries are offering incredible opportunities, especially in high tech, for men and women who want to get ahead more rapidly than the average. In the meantime, many other industries have leveled off or are actually declining. These industries are continually hiring to replace the workers that they are losing, but as a result of automation, technology, changing consumer preferences, and competition, these industries are not likely to grow in the years ahead. Your first job, then, is to begin by separating the high-growth industries from the low-growth industries. You can make more progress toward getting paid more and promoted faster in a high-growth industry in a couple of years than you might make in 5 or 10 years in a slow-growth industry. See yourself as a precious resource, like money, and see the market as a place where you're going to invest yourself to get the very highest return on your mental, emotional, and physical energies. Be perfectly selfish when it comes to committing your life and your work to a particular company in a particular industry. When you find the right job in the right company, then throw your whole heart into doing that job in an excellent fashion. This will put you in a perfect position to be paid more and promoted faster. Number 3, select the right boss. This is one of the most important decisions that you ever make. Choosing the right boss can help your career and help you get paid more and promoted faster than almost anything else you could do. In fact, look upon taking a job as entering into a business marriage with your boss as your business spouse. He or she is going to have an enormous impact on how much you get paid, how much you enjoy your work, how rapidly you get promoted, and every other part of your work life. When you're looking for a job, you should interview your boss carefully to make sure that this is the kind of person that you would enjoy working with. This is someone that you would respect and look up to. This is someone who is friendly and supportive and whom you can depend upon to help you to move ahead as rapidly as possible in your own career. The very best bosses have certain qualities. First of all, they have high integrity. When they make a promise, they keep it. When they say they will do something, they do it exactly as they said. When they promise you a review or an increase, they follow through right on schedule. The best bosses are also very clear when they describe the task to you. The best bosses are also considerate and caring about their employees. They are interested in you as a person as well as in you as an employee. They want to know about your personal life, your family, your spouse, and your children. They want to know about the things that concern you and that affect the way you think and feel at work. This doesn't mean that a good boss is a father or mother confessor or a nursemaid, but a good boss sees you as a whole person with a life apart from your work life. You can always tell the quality of your relationship with your boss by how free you feel to speak honestly, openly, and directly to him or her about things that are bothering you. When you see your boss coming, you feel happy and comfortable rather than nervous or insecure. Perhaps the best measure of all is that when you're working with the right boss, you laugh a lot at work. You enjoy yourself, and you feel valuable and important as an employee and as a person. Working for a great boss is a great way to get paid more and promoted faster. And there are lots of great bosses out there. Number 4, develop a positive attitude. Fully 85% of your success in work, no matter how intelligent or skilled you are, is going to be determined by your attitude and your personality. Your progress, how much you are paid, and how fast you are promoted will be largely determined by how much people like you and want to help you. People who are positive, cheerful, and optimistic are always more liked and valued than people who are critical, pessimistic, and negative. For example, one of the most critical determinants of your success in your career will be how well you perform as a part of a team. Your pay and promotion will be determined by how good a team player you are at every stage of your work. And the very best team players are those who are cheerful, positive, and supportive of others. They have high levels of empathy and consideration. They are the kind of people that others want to be around and to help. Research shows that a positive, cheerful person is always more likely to be paid more and promoted faster. This kind of a person is more readily noticed by superiors who can accelerate his or her career. In addition, a positive person is supported by his or her co-workers and staff. There seems to be an upward pressure that drives a positive person forward at a faster rate. The critical determinant of a positive mental attitude is how you perform under stress. Anyone can be positive when things are going well, but it's when you face difficulties and setbacks that you show yourself and everyone else what you are really made of. You've heard it said that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. A person with a positive mental attitude looks for the good in every person and every situation. They look for something positive or constructive. And the good news is that a positive mental attitude is something that you learn by practicing it every single day, especially when it's most needed. Number 5, create a positive image. It is absolutely amazing how many people hold themselves back year after year because no one has ever taken them aside and told them how important their external appearance is to getting paid more and promoted faster. I've personally studied image in business for many years. I've read dozens of books and articles and taught thousands of people about business image. I can tell you with great assurance that how you look on the outside is going to have a major effect on how far you go and how fast you get there. The first rule is that you should always dress for success in your job and in your company. Look at the top people in your industry. Look at the top people in your company. Look at the pictures of the men and women in the newspapers and magazines who are being promoted to positions of higher responsibility and pay. Pattern yourself after the leaders, not the followers. There are specific colors and color combinations that are more acceptable than others in business. Buy a good book on professional image, read it from cover to cover, and then follow its recommendations in your career. The rule is this: if you are a person with a future, don't dress like a person without one. Dress like you are going somewhere in your life. When you take care to dress well, you will stand out and look better to everyone who can have a positive influence on your career. Remember, companies want to be proud of the employees that they introduce to their customers and their bankers. You must look like the kind of person that an executive would be proud to introduce to another executive as being a representative of your company. The rule is that you should always strive to look like a winner at work. Look like a valuable and important person. Look like you are a person with a great future who is going somewhere with this company. No matter what anyone says, human beings are very strongly affected by the dress of other people. Your goal is to dress so that you look really good in every business situation. Remember, you are a wonderful person with a wonderful future in front of you. It's important that everyone who sees you recognizes this fact when they see you for the first time and ever afterwards. Number 6. Start earlier, work harder, and stay later. Develop a workaholic mentality. There is nothing that will bring you to the attention of the important people in your work life faster than for you to get a reputation as a hard worker. Everybody knows who the hard workers are. The hardest workers are always the most respected in any company of value. They are always paid more and promoted faster for a very simple reason. The reason is that they get more work done in a shorter period of time. They are more valuable to the company. They set a better example, and they are the kind of people that bosses are proud of and want to keep more than anyone else. The rule is that 2 extra hours of work each day is all you really need to become one of the most successful people of your generation. And you can get this extra 2 hours by coming in an hour earlier and staying 1 hour later. In most cases, this will expand your day slightly, but it will accelerate your career tremendously. The top people in every field work more hours than average people. In fact, the top 10% of money earners in America work 50 to 60 hours per week. And, more importantly, they work all the time they work. They do not waste time. They arrive at work early, and they immediately start in on important tasks. They work steadily throughout the day. They do not make small talk or chit-chat with their coworkers. This must be your goal as well. Work all the time you work. Do not drop off your dry cleaning, make personal phone calls, read the newspaper, or chat about the latest football game or television program. Work all the time you work. Imagine that your company is going to bring in an outside firm to assess all staff in terms of who works the hardest, all the way through to who works the least hard. Your goal is to win this contest. Your job is to be ranked as the hardest working person in the entire company within 12 months. This will help you to get paid more and promoted faster than almost anything else you could possibly do. When someone tries to distract you from what you are doing, smile cheerfully and say, "Well, I've got to get back to work." Keep repeating those words over and over again. Back to work, back to work, back to work. If people want to talk or shoot the breeze, tell them that you have to get back to work and that you would be pleased to chat with them at the end of the day. Work all the time you work. Number 7, push to the front. The fact is that life is a contest. You are in competition with everyone else who wants to be paid more and promoted faster. There is a race on, and you are in it. Your job is to move yourself into the pole position and move ahead faster than anyone else. Fortunately, there are proven and tested ways to come out ahead. One of the most important is for you to continually ask for more responsibility. Volunteer for every assignment. Go to your boss at least once every week and ask him or her for more responsibility. Most people in the world of work do only what is asked of them. But this is not for you. Your job is to keep asking for more. And whenever you are given a new responsibility, fulfill it quickly and dependably. Develop a reputation for being the kind of person who, if someone wants something done quickly, it's given to you. There are few things that will help you to get paid more and promoted faster than for you to develop a reputation for speed and dependability. Be the kind of person that your boss can count on to get the job done fast. Whatever it takes, treat every assignment that you receive as if it were a test upon which your future career depended. Number 8, ask for what you want. This is one of the most important success principles you can ever practice to put your career onto the fast track. The future belongs to the askers. The future does not belong to those people who sit back wishing and hoping that their lives and their work will become better. The future belongs to those people who step up and ask for what they want. And if they don't get it, they ask again and again until they do get it. Ask your boss what you have to do in order to qualify for an increase. There's no point in your working hard if you do not know exactly what it is that you have to do to get paid more and promoted faster. Clarity is essential. Go to your boss and ask again if you're still not clear. If you want an increase, you must ask for it. And the way you ask is by building a case, as a lawyer would build a case for the amount that you want to receive. Instead of saying that you need more money, as most people do, your strategy is different. You put together a list of the jobs that you are doing and the additional experience and skills that you have developed. You explain the financial impact of your work on the overall operations of the company and the contribution that you are making as a top employee. You then present all this information to your boss and tell him or her that, based on all of this, you would like an increase of a specific amount of money per month or per year. In many cases, you'll get the increase simply by asking for it in an intelligent way. In some cases, you'll get less than you requested. If this happens, ask what you'll have to accomplish in order to get the rest of the increase that you have asked for. If your request for an increase is turned down, ask exactly what you will have to do to get the increase you requested and exactly when that increase will be payable. Be specific, be clear, and don't be afraid to ask. Of course, you should ask politely, ask courteously, Ask in a warm and friendly way. Ask cheerfully. Ask expectantly. Ask confidently. And ask persistently. But be sure to ask. The future belongs to the askers, and the more you ask for the things you want, the more likely you are to get those things. Just try it once, and you'll be amazed. Number 9. Guard your integrity as a sacred thing. Your character is your most valuable asset. It is the critical factor that others use when evaluating you for more pay or more rapid promotion. The key to character is truthfulness. No matter what, always tell the truth in every situation. When you give your word, keep it. When you make a promise, fulfill it. When you say you'll do something, no matter what it costs, be sure to do it. An important part of character is loyalty as well. Lack of loyalty is one of the biggest mistakes that a person can make in business. When you are loyal, you never complain, condemn, or criticize your company, your boss, your products or services, or anything else about your work. Even if you're unhappy for some reason, you keep it to yourself. You always support the people you work with, and you demonstrate complete loyalty to the person who signs your paycheck. Shakespeare once wrote, "To thine own self be true, and then it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man." Be true to yourself, and then be true to everyone around you. Always live in truth with yourself and with others. Never compromise your integrity for anything. The good news is that when you live with complete integrity inside and outside, you feel wonderful about yourself. You have greater self-confidence and higher self-esteem. You feel positive and powerful, and most of all, you earn the respect, trust, and loyalty of all the people around you. Always guard your integrity as a sacred thing. Number 10. Be future-oriented in your work and personal life. Future orientation requires that you develop a long-term vision for yourself and for your career. Dr. Edward Banfield's work at Harvard over a 50-year period concluded that the most successful men and women in our society have long-time perspective. They think 10 and 20 years out into the future, and they make their decisions each day based on this long-time horizon. And so should you. The most important word in future orientation is the word idealization. This requires that you continually imagine your ideal future career in every respect. Project yourself forward 3 to 5 years and imagine that your life was perfect and that you were doing exactly the right job for you. If your situation was perfect, what would it look like? What would you be doing? How much would you be earning? Who would you be working with? Where would you be working? Once you've idealized your perfect job, determine the kind of person you would have to become in order to get and keep that job. What kind of skills would you have? What new talents and abilities would you have to develop? Practice what is called gap analysis on your job. Look at the difference between where you are today and where you would like to be in the future. Identify the gap. What changes should you begin making right now in order to take full control over your future destiny and work yourself into the kind of job you want? As Peter Drucker said, the very best way to predict the future is to create it. The more you develop a clear vision of where you want to be in the years ahead, the more likely it is that you will take the steps each day that will make your vision into your reality. Think about the future of your company as well. Think about where your company is going and what your company needs to do to be successful in the future. The more future-oriented you are in your position, the more you'll be paid and the more rapidly you'll be promoted. The more future-oriented you are, the better decisions you will make and the more positive impact you will have on your company's operations. The more future-oriented you are, the more you will feel in control of your life, your career, and your personal destiny. Number 11, be goal-oriented in everything you do. People who have clear, written goals and who know exactly what they want in each area of their lives accomplish vastly more than people who are not sure or who are unclear about what they want. Perhaps nothing can help you to be paid more and promoted faster than for you to become an intensely goal-oriented person. Your ability to set and achieve goals is often called the master skill of success. Fortunately, the skill of setting and achieving goals is something that you can learn quite quickly and then develop through practice day after day. Here is a 7-step formula you can use to set and achieve any goal for the rest of your career. Step 1, decide exactly what you want. Number 12, be result-oriented in your activities. Your ability to get results is the most important single determinant of how much you are paid and how rapidly you are promoted. Results are everything. In study after study, they have found that within 2 years of leaving college or school, your education has little or no impact on your career. From that point on, all that matters is your ability to perform and get results for your company. Many people start off with limited education and skills, but as a result of focusing on results single-mindedly, they accomplish vastly more than people with great educations and lots of advantages. This must be your strategy as well, no matter what your background is. To become more result-oriented, ask yourself these 3 questions all day long. The first question is, what are my highest value activities? What are the things that you do that contribute the very most value to your work and to your company? This is where you should focus your energy. The second question you ask is, what can I and only I do that if done well will make a real difference? This is one of the great questions in result orientation. What can you and only you do that, if done well, will make a real difference? Whatever it is, go to work on that immediately. And the third question is perhaps the best of all. It is this: what is the most valuable use of my time right now? Every minute, every hour of every day, you should be working on the one activity that represents the most valuable use of your time at the moment. This will do more to make you a more valuable person and enable you to achieve a higher level of results than any other single activity. There is no better way to get paid more and promoted faster than for you to be working all day long on the tasks that are of greatest concern to your boss. All of the best days of your working life will be when you are working on what your boss considers most important. And the good news is that the more you accomplish important tasks, the more important tasks you will be given to accomplish. Number 13, be solution-oriented rather than problem-oriented. Your life and your work will be a continuous succession of problems. You will have problem after problem after problem all day long and into the evenings. Solution-oriented people are the most valuable people in any organization. And you can change your mind from negative to positive in a single moment by simply switching your thoughts off of the problem and onto the solution. Instead of asking or worrying about who did what and who is to blame, you should instead ask the question, what do we do now? And what's the solution? And the more you focus on finding solutions, the more solutions you find. The better you get at solving problems, the bigger the problems that will be given to you to solve, and the more money, power, and position you will be given to go along with the size of the problems. In fact, your entire life and career will be largely determined by your ability to solve the problems that you meet at your level. And when you do, you automatically get moved up to a higher level, exactly as you get moved to a higher grade in school when you have passed the exams at the previous grade. Be solution-oriented in your approach toward life and work. Be the kind of person that people bring their problems to because you always have a good idea. And the more you focus on solutions, the smarter you become and the better solutions you come up with. You can put your entire life and career on the fast track toward being paid more and promoted faster by becoming an intensely solution-oriented person. Number 14, be idea-oriented in every part of your work. Always be looking for faster, cheaper, easier ways to get the job done and to get the desired result. The good news is this: you are a potential genius. You have more natural intelligence and creativity than you will ever need to achieve all your goals. But your creativity is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. And the more you use your ability to generate ideas, the smarter and smarter you become, and the more and better ideas you come up with to use in every part of your work. The most successful people in every business are those people who are always coming up with new and better ideas, new and better ways to achieve the goals of the company. And remember that no one is smarter than you. No one is better than you. No one has more natural creativity than you, just as no one has different muscles than you. All that matters is how often and how well you use your creative muscles in your life and in your work. And the more ideas you come up with to improve the operations of your business, the more you'll be paid and the faster you'll be promoted. Number 15, be people-oriented in all of your activities. In business and personal life, relationships are everything. Your level of success, your rate of promotion, and your pay will be largely determined by the number of people you know and who know you in a positive way. The more people like you and enjoy your company, the more doors they will open for you and the more obstacles they'll remove from your path. The key to becoming a people-oriented person is for you to practice the golden rule in everything you do. Treat other people the way you would like them to treat you. Offer to help other people to do their jobs whenever you see an opportunity. Practice being courteous, kind, and considerate when you deal with other people, especially people who work in lesser paid positions than your own. You should expand your network of contacts in every way possible. Join your local business association and attend every business function related to your field. Introduce yourself to other people and find out what they do. Ask good questions and listen carefully to the answers. In your work, be a friendly, helpful, and cheerful person. Express gratitude to people on every occasion. Say thank you to anyone who does anything for you, either large or small. Go out of your way to compliment people on their traits, possessions, or accomplishments. As Abraham Lincoln said, everybody likes a compliment. Treat each person in your company as if he or she was one of the most valuable customers of the business. Treat your boss, your co-workers, and your staff as if they were all valuable and important people. When you make other people feel important, they will look for every opportunity to make you feel important as well. And when you are liked and respected by all the people around you, all kinds of opportunities will open up for you to be paid more and promoted faster. Number 16, be growth-oriented. This means dedicate yourself to lifelong learning. Set yourself apart from the crowd by being the person in the company who is learning and growing at a faster rate than anyone else. The fact is that most of your knowledge and skill today has a half-life of about 2.5 years. This means that within 5 years, most of what you know today will be obsolete or irrelevant. In order to survive and thrive in the fast-changing world of tomorrow, you will have to continually upgrade your knowledge and skills at a faster and faster rate just to stay even, much less to get ahead. The highest paid 10% of Americans read 2 to 3 hours each day in their field just to keep current. They are continually taking in information from every possible source. As we move at hyperspeed into the information age, the top people in every business realize that they must stay ahead of the wave of change or they'll be bowled over by it. Today, you have a very simple choice. You can be a master of change or you can be a victim of change. There is very little middle ground. Your job is to be a master of change by continually learning to be better and better at what you do. There are 3 keys to lifelong learning. The first is for you to read at least 1 hour every day in your chosen field. Reading is to the mind as exercise is to the body. If you read 1 hour in a good book in your field each day, that will translate into about 1 book per week. 1 book per week will translate into roughly 50 books per year. 50 books per year will translate into 500 books over the next 10 years. The very act of continuously reading in your field will make you one of the smartest and highest paid people in your business in a very short time. The second key to continuous learning is for you to listen to audio programs in your car as you drive from place to place. The average car owner sits behind the wheel 500 to 1,000 hours each year. That is the equivalent of 3 to 6 months of 40-hour weeks that you spend in your car. According to the University of Southern California, this is equal to 1 to 2 full-time university semesters. This means that you can become one of the smartest and most competent people in your field simply by listening to educational audio programs rather than music in your car. The third key to continuous learning is for you to take every course and seminar that you can find. The highest paid people I know will actually travel from one side of the country to the other in order to take an intense 2 or 3 day seminar that can help them in their career. A good book, audio program, or seminar can give you ideas and insights that can save you years of hard work in your field. From now on, become greedy for new knowledge. In the final analysis, nothing can help you to get paid more and promoted faster than by becoming one of the most knowledgeable and competent people in your field. Number 17, be excellence-oriented. Resolve to be the best at what you do. Resolve today to join the top 10% of people in your field. Look around you at the top people and realize that no one is smarter than you are and no one is better than you are. If they are ahead of you today, it is because they are doing things differently from you. And whatever anyone else has done, you can do as well if you just learn how. The way that you become one of the best people in your field is for you to identify your key result areas. These are the skill areas where you absolutely, positively have to do an excellent job in order to be successful in your field. The good news is that there are seldom more than 5 to 7 key result areas in any job. Your ability to perform at an excellent level in each of these areas is the key determinant of how much you are paid and how fast you are promoted. Once you've identified your key result areas, ask yourself this key question. What one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion, would have the greatest positive impact on my career? This is one of the most important questions that you will ever ask and answer for the rest of your career. If you do not know which one skill can help you the most, go to your boss and ask him or her. Ask your coworkers. Ask your spouse. But whatever it takes, you absolutely must find out the answer to this question and center in on the one key skill that can help you the very most if you master it at a high level. Then, you set the acquisition of this skill as a goal. You write it down. You make a plan, and you work on it every single day. This simple exercise is so powerful that it alone can change your entire life. In the final analysis, no one will care how fast you did the job. All they will care about is how well you did the job. Resolve to become absolutely excellent at what you do and do your job in an absolutely excellent fashion. Set this as your standard and never compromise it for the rest of your career. Number 18. Be customer-oriented in your business. We have entered the age of the customer. For business success, customers are everything. The real purpose of a business is to create and keep customers. Profits in a business are the result of creating and keeping customers in a sufficient number and at a reasonable cost. Customers pay all salaries and wages. Customers determine the success or failure of companies and of everyone in the company. Sam Walton once said, "We all work for the customer, and he can fire us at any time by simply deciding to shop somewhere else." So, who are your customers? Who are your key customers? The definition of a customer is someone who depends on you for the satisfaction of their needs, or someone who you depend upon for the satisfaction of your needs. By this definition, your boss is your customer. Your co-workers are your customers. Your staff are your customers. And of course, the people who buy your products and services are your customers. Everyone is dependent on everyone else for something. Everyone is someone's customer. Your success in your life and in your career will be totally determined by how well you serve and satisfy the customers in your life. And the more and better you satisfy your customers, the more customers you will be given to satisfy. Every single day, you should be looking for ways to exceed expectations and both amaze and delight the people who depend upon you at work. Your ability to serve and satisfy your customers better than anyone else will get you paid more and promoted faster than you can imagine. Number 19. Be profit-oriented. This is the key to your future. This is the key to growth, success, and rapid promotion. The very best people in every organization are intensely focused on what they can do to increase the profitability of the company. And the greater effect your work can have on profitability, the more important you are and the more you will be paid. There are two ways to increase profitability in a company. The first is to increase revenues by selling more of the existing products and services or by developing new products and services that can be sold to more customers. The second way to increase profitability is to decrease the costs of providing the products and services to the existing market. The very best combination is for you to be continually looking for ways to increase sales and revenues while, at the same time, reducing the costs of delivering those products and services. You should be continually looking for ways to reorganize, restructure, and re-engineer every part of your work so that you can get the job done faster and at a lower cost than before. Squeeze out every extra penny of expense. Examine every single cost to see if it cannot be decreased, downsized, or eliminated in some way. The most valuable and appreciated people in any organization are those who are the most concerned with the overall profitability of the company. And when you become a key player in affecting profitability in some way, you come immediately to the attention of the key people who can most help you in your career. Your ability to increase profitability in some way is one of the very fastest ways for you to get paid more and promoted faster. Number 20, develop positive personal power. Power is a very real and important part of organizational and business life. Your ability to acquire and use power in your career is essential to your long-term success. Let me explain. Power, in its simplest sense, means control over people and resources. Power means that you have the ability to influence things that are done or that are not done. And there are two major forms of power: positive power and negative power. Positive power is where you use your influence to help the organization achieve more of its goals faster and cheaper. Negative power is where a person uses their position or influence to improve themselves at the expense of other people or the organization. There are three forms of positive power you can develop. The first is called expert power. Expert power arises when you become very, very good at doing something that's important to your company. As a result, people look up to you and respect you for the value of the contribution you can make. The second form of power is called ascribed power. This is where you are liked and admired by others because of your ability to be a team player, to get along with others, to help others to achieve their goals and do their jobs. Ascribed power arises when people like you and want you to be successful. This comes from your attitude and your personality more than anything else. The third kind of power is position power. This is the power, authority, and ability to reward and punish that goes along with a specific title. Every title or position has some of this power attached to it. The good news is that as you develop expert power and ascribed power, you will be given position power. The people above you and around you will want you to be in a position of greater influence because you've demonstrated that the more influence you have, the more and better results you can get for the company and for the people in it. This is the very best and most important of all powers for you to develop and build. And the more you acquire and use your power in a positive and constructive way, the more power you will attract to you. More people around you will support you and help you. The people above you will give you more resources. You will be more respected and esteemed by others, and you will definitely be paid more and promoted faster. Number 21, be action-oriented. This is the most outwardly identifiable quality of a high-performing man or woman. He or she is extremely action-oriented. He or she is constantly in motion. He or she is always doing something that is moving the company toward the achievement of its goals. Resolve today to develop a sense of urgency. Develop a bias for action. Develop a fast tempo in everything you do. The good news is that the faster you move, the more things you get done. And the more you get done, the more experience you get, and the more competent you become. The faster you move, the more energy you have. The faster you move, the smarter and more competent you become. The faster you move, the more valuable you become to your company and to everyone else around you. Only 2% of people in our society have a sense of urgency. And these are the people who eventually rise to the top of every organization. When you develop a reputation for speed and dependability in everything you do, you attract to yourself more and more opportunities to do more and more things of greater and greater importance. An average person with an average background who moves quickly and continuously will eventually run circles around a genius who moves slowly and carefully. Your goal is to develop the reputation for being the person who, if somebody wants a job done fast, they give it to you. This will open more doors for you and get you paid more and promoted faster than almost anything else you can possibly do. Let me wrap up this program with a few observations. This is the very best time in all of human history to be alive. There are more opportunities for you to get paid more and promoted faster today than have ever existed. You can make more progress in a few years today than your parents or grandparents might have been able to make in a lifetime. Today, the primary source of wealth is talent and ability. All of the money and resources flow to the men and women who demonstrate that they can get the job done and get it done quickly and well. When you begin to practice these 21 great ways to get paid more and promoted faster, you will put your career onto the fast track. You will move ahead more rapidly and more dependably than anyone else around you. You will move upward and onward, and you will make your life and career into something truly extraordinary. And there are no limits. Good luck. Thank you for listening. You're probably ready now to move to the next level in your life and career, and I want to help you achieve your goals. I've developed a complete audio learning program entitled How to Master Your Time. Since its release, this program has become the best-selling audio learning program of its kind in the world. This program has sold hundreds of thousands of copies and been translated into multiple foreign languages. Many students of this program have doubled and tripled their outputs and their incomes, sometimes in just a couple of months. In this step-by-step 12-part program, you learn how to set goals in every part of your life. You learn how to organize your work and set clear priorities. You learn 14 different ways to overcome procrastination and a series of powerful techniques to help you focus and concentrate on your most valuable tasks. You learn how to increase your productivity and performance by upgrading your key skills, by making better decisions and developing a sense of urgency. You learn how to develop a special philosophy of time management that will help you for the rest of your life. This program, How to Master Your Time, comes on cassette or CD. I will personally guarantee it unconditionally for a full year. If for any reason you're not delighted and impressed with the results you get, I insist that you send it back to me for a full refund. But order it today. Please visit my website at www.briantracy.com and order the program. It could be one of the smartest things you ever do. Thank you.